So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Konrad, and I was invited by Miki to tell you about the passion of flight. And this is something that I started to dream about it since I was a kid. I was watching movies, looking at pictures, and I was always thinking, what would it feel like? I mean, not to sit, not to touch, not to lie down. And this is something I always really keen to find out since I was a kid. I've seen the movie, of course. Everybody's seen the Superman, and I was always wondering what it would feel like to jump out and really fly. And so I followed the dream when I grew up, and since now I'm skydiving actually, which I'm doing this since 20 years now, and I wanted to. I mean, I have roughly 1,500 jumps, because some of my friends have 9,000, 6,000. I know even one guy who had 40,000 jumps. But I mean, they do it really professionally. I do it as a hobby. And people ask me, is it dangerous? It's now the question you need to ask yourself: what is danger, and where you actually, most people die actually in bed. Isn't going to bed dangerous? So when you look at this from this perspective, it's a matter of point of view. So I mean, look at these girls. Do they feel danger there? Actually, the sport is very wide. You can do a lot of things. You can do. This is what you see on the right, on your right side, is canopy relative work. You're actually flying on canopies. You can do swooping, which is landing very fast. You can wingsuit, this guy in the red. You can base jump. You can do big formation skydiving. You can do freestyle. There's really a lot of things. I haven't tried all of them myself, even in 20 years. So now the question is, why the hell? Why do I do it? The reason is the feeling. When you actually jump out of the airplane, and you see the vastness of space, and when you're like really keen to do it, and the feeling not to sit, not to touch anything. You can do whatever you want. And precisely for this feeling, I am doing it. You won't understand what does it mean, because how would you explain how does the sex feel if someone haven't done it before? It's great, duh. So, and if something feels great, you grab a bunch of people, 100, I mean, fill the blanks. You grab a bunch of people and you decide to make something really big. So we decided to make a big formation, which is 100. And first we had to design the whole thing on paper. Who will be where? Because everyone has a precise slot. There's a lot of work and training. We call it dirt diving. Because actually we lie on dirt and prepare ourselves. We do it from the moment we exit the plane to the moment when we actually separate and open our parachutes. So everything must be really planned, and we need to do it over and over again to get hang of it. We did it actually in August. The temperatures were scorching. There was almost 40 degrees we had. As you can see, the grass is not really green, because it was totally burned out. And in an airplane inside, also all the slots are predefined. The idea is so everybody has the shortest way to the formation, and not to cross path with any other members, because this creates chaos. So now these little pipes which you see, we need to breathe oxygen. Because we were jumping from 6,000 meters. Normally, we are jumping from 4. The point is to avoid hypoxia. Otherwise, this would make us more crazy than we already are. Now, this is one of my favorite moments, when you're actually standing in the airplane, outside of it, when you see all the airplanes just reach away and ready for the signal for the rest to jump. This is one of the greatest feelings. This is the base of the group coming out of the leading airplane. Each of them have 10 kilograms of lead on themselves. So the base is going as fast as possible so the other people can catch up. Now, this is my really favorite. This is the moment when you actually jump out of the airplane and you see people pouring out from the airplanes like water. I mean, this is so close and so far. This is one of the best feelings ever, really, to experience, being so close to all these people and yet afar. Now, when you're last from the airplane, as you can see here, the other guys, the first which have jumped 10 seconds before, they're already half a kilometer away. So you really need to speed up and then brake before like shooting anybody else. So there is a lot of technique and work to do. This is our working environment. We call it a stadium. People are actually going from above. Everyone is on its angle, so not to cross paths. So it's like from the stadium, people are building to make it smaller and smaller. Here, we are almost built it up. You cannot see it on the picture. You can see it on video. Everything is wobbling. It's so gentle because when someone pushes you, it reacts like it's not. You don't have anything to put against. And this is we made a Polish record of. We joined the 8 countries which are actually in the world. We made a 100 big way with a Polish flag because I'm from Poland. So we decided. We made costumes. We have sewn them on purpose to make the Polish flag. I mean, the feeling of accomplishment of such a thing for such a difficult feat is just breathtaking. And well, thank you very much for this. Thank you.